which teach them the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are seeing me clearly. Let me know if you are hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 229. I trust that everybody is okay. I trust that everybody is healthy. For the persons who are at work on this Sunday night, I trust that your shift will end soon. You will get a chance to get home to your family. For the persons who are on their way home, I trust that you will get home safely. For the people who are at home, ready for listen to teach about some things we have to jam down. Jamra, Jamaica, land we love. Land of Food and Water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vice Carter, Buju Banton, Shelly and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson, Koffee, Marcus Mazaya Garvey. Peeps, you know what I go. Good night. We're there. Blessed Sunday evening. Soon circle.
Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them. Which teach them the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel. Hey, yo, yellow. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. Hey, yo, we always up to something. Teach them. Hey, yo, yellow. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.
There is no time to peeps. Good night. A mixed bag tonight. Some sad things, some bad things, some glad things. You know what I mean? We know that the country again has been showered with a little bit of euphoria in relation to young music sensation Coffe winning this year's Reggae Grammy. We'll talk about that later. Many of us Jamaicans, even though basketball is not a dominant sport in the country, many of us are very, very in tune with the NBA, and many of us, like myself, would be fans of one, Kobe Bryant. As a matter of fact, he is my favorite basketball player of all times. The sad news that has emerged in the afternoon hours was that he and his teenage daughter would have lost their lives in a helicopter crash in the United States. We'll talk about that now a few. Plus some more things, please. Over there. You understand? I said, I could lead with that something, because the reality is that a great black man is a great black man. And whether a black man is Jamaican, it matters not. He's an African or a song or something like that, though. NBA legend Kobe Bryant reportedly killed in a helicopter crash in California. So the US basketball legend Kobe Bryant was among 5 people killed in a helicopter crash in the city of Calabasas, California. Bryant, who was 41 years old, was traveling in a private helicopter when it crashed and burst into flames, according to reports. So the 5-time NBA champion was widely considered as one of the greatest players in the game's history. Tributes from celebrities, past players, current players would have been pouring in for Kobe. So, Kobe is famous for having spent over 20 years playing for one team. That not really happen much in the NBA anymore. He was a Los Angeles Lakers player. And them something. Initially, there was no info in relation to his daughter, but words have emerged since that his daughter was a passenger on the helicopter. Yeah, sad story. Yeah, a few more sad stories coming up. Brace yourself. Just I make you know. What that's something here there. Yeah, peeps. So early this morning, about 9:30 to 10, the government, the Security Council, led by the Prime Minister, Andrew Lawlessness, declared another state of public emergency. This, based on my count, is about the million SOE that has been declared in the country in recent times. And I am not here to bash any SOE. I am not here for that. but I have concerns. Yeah, the reality though is that out in East Kingston, the situation has become untenable, and something had to happen. There were SOEs, curfews being declared left, right, and center every week in Mountain View. Hey Anaki, how are you? Miss Winsome Watson, blessings to the moderators who are present tonight. Anna, it's good to see you, as in Miss K. Dennis, Zane. So what really happened with that is that Mountain View has been flaring up and tearing up. You understand? Rockfort has been rocking back and forth. Zane, Harbour View has been trying to get a view of peace. Like, I just couldn't resist that, don't. Zane, and many other communities in and around the Kingston Eastern division has been plagued with crime and violence in recent times. As of such, the Security Council, as I said, which is made up by the Prime Minister, the Commissioner of Police, the Chief of the JDF, and the Minister of National Security, petitioned the Governor General to have a state of emergency, a limited state of emergency declared, and that is where we are. So East Kingston under state of emergency. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said he petitioned the Governor General sometime after midnight to meet the declaration. Holness made the announcement this morning at the Jamaica House in St. Andrew. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson said there were 33 wanted persons and 34 violence producers in the police division. During 2019, East Kingston recorded murders shot up to 16% and shootings 49% according to the police. Now, according to the police commissioner, 67% of shootings in Eastern Kingston was related to gang activity. And since the start of the year 2020, 11 murders have been recorded in the police division compared to 3 for the corresponding period last year. And the security forces are advising residents and persons traveling to or through the Kingston Eastern Police Division that in light of the declaration of the state of public emergency effective today, it is important to have a valid form of identification on them at all times. And the boundaries of the SOE are as follows. West, the western boundary. This boundary extends in a northerly direction from the intersection of Michael Manley Boulevard and the South Camp Road. Then continues northeasterly along Vineyard Road, then on to the end of Diana Drive. Not sure if I know where Diana Drive there, probably, but I not picture it in my head right now. I think I have an idea where it's still. North, the northern boundary, this is from the easterly direction from Diana Drive to Lexington Avenue, then onto Deanery Road to the intersection of Mountain View Avenue, which is the border of St. Andrew and St. Thomas. Well, to the border of St. Andrew and St. Thomas. So I suppose that to the extent out to Bull Bay. East, from the southerly direction along the shared parish boundary of St. Andrew and St. Thomas to the coast. And south, westerly along the coast of St. Andrew. Then along the Kingston coastline to the intersection of South Camp Road and Michael Manley Boulevard. I don't know who needed that, but I am just sharing. Lawful, good night, teacher and all. Just listening. Hope all is well. But I give thanks to the brother. Tired most of the time, but you know the thing go. The work have to go on. Yeah, man, but really and truly I appreciate the continued support. You know what I mean? And the generosity likewise. Yeah, man, blessing to the persons who are here. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Really and truly. Why are they announcing these in advance? They did not announce it in advance, Dexton. When the announcements are made, soldiers and police officers would have been on the ground for hours already. See, the stream current bitrate is lower than recommended. Okay, then what me I got to do about that? See, so I have been seeing a few comments under the video saying that the powers that be continue to announce these in advance. No, let me clear that up. As far as I know, the SOEs are declared after security personnel have been placed on the ground. Yeah, so from hours before, seeing, because there are pictures where the security forces were advancing to the locations posted by the JDF where it was dark. So I'm assuming that the security forces hit the ground before dawn this morning. So it is not correct when we say that they are. In the past, it has happened. I think when the first one was declared in St. James, I am sure Renita Adams had come out in no uncertain terms and to say that he knew about it before it was announced and such. So there have been cases, but in recent times, I think that there have been improvement in the protocols surrounding the declaration of SOEs. And I'll say, we're not coming here to defend nobody, but the facts are the facts that when the SOE was declared this morning, soldiers and police officers were already on the ground. Blessings, Father Dexter and Fremantle. Do up comedy vlog here for the first time. Blessings, my friend. Zane, Miss Angela Martin, how are you, Empress? Been a little while. Hope all is well. Yeah? The situation, though, is that many persons are now at their wits' end with the declaration of these SOEs, as many persons have now given up and are no longer believing that they are effective and that they are an essential tool in the fight against crime. Many persons have been saying that SOEs here, there, and everywhere, and the murder rate is still increasing. We have never had the number of SOEs active at any one time like we did last year, and the murder rate continued unabated. The police, the military, and the Prime Minister, I suppose, will tell you otherwise, that the data will show that in these areas murders and shootings were down and they would have found some weapons. The reality, though, they know, I know, you know, that many of the violence producers and criminals in these areas simply migrate to other locations and just continue their wanton disregard for law and order, and former peaceful areas that were formerly very peaceful and quiet have seen a steady and in some cases a dramatic increase in crime and violence simply because of migrating criminals. So you stem the tide in one area, because the reality is that most times the SOE result in some level of calm and stability in the areas where they are declared. But the spin-off of that is that many of the violence producers and many of the criminals just simply lock up shop and relocate to another area, whether permanently or temporarily. And as such, they bring with them dirty ways, Zane, and the violence is now being preponderated upon a new demographics and geographical location. But the reality is that it's not a perfect science. This will happen. It will continue to happen. Some persons are saying, but why them not just declare SOE for the entire country? The reality is that the manpower and the resources are not there to facilitate same. That would be a total stretching, thinning out of the resources as limited as they are currently. The reality is that people continue to clamor for a crime plan. There has been nothing formal or organized that has been laid out by the government. I will not sit here and tell you that the government or the security forces are not doing anything as it relates to trying to fight crime. The concerns are and that they are not spending any money. I would be disingenuous if I suggested same. But the reality is that is enough being done? Is it being done in a most efficient, in a most timely, in a most concise way? Are the areas that needs the most attention being afforded same attention? Are the resources being allocated and deployed in the areas that are most, where it is most needed? Are we taking steps to improve our investigative capabilities and data gathering facilities? Are they being strengthened? How are we moving forward as it relates to crime scene investigation and forensic science? These are the things that how advanced are we in trying to modernize the operations of the force? How much are we doing to rid the force of as many corrupt police officers as is possible? How much are we doing to cut the navel string, so to speak, or the umbilical, umbilical cord, I don't remember how to pronounce it for me, of criminals from politicians? See? Because the reality is that many criminals are the sons and daughters, metaphorically speaking, of politicians. Seeing, are we cutting the navel strings from our politicians? Because we're not pretty up nothing, to these criminals. Seeing, are we really and truly serious about ridding the country of political corruption? Because the reality is that corruption in high and low places continues to be what sustains, what nurtures and what nourishes crime in this country. See? Chancery Street in Matthew Parchment, no, but the reality is that shootout going up there so quite regular. But I don't know, you understand? Umbilical cord. Thanks, Anna. See? So, the reality is that there are so many issues that aren't to be given priority. The crime situation, the Prime Minister made a statement during the declaration at the press conference, and removed the politics and politics from it. He said that Jamaica's crime problem would have been developing, festering for some 4 decades. That's the reality. Hence, 4 decades out of wanton disregard for law and order won't be fixed in 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, 4 years, 5 years. It will take a sustained and systematic approach to wear it down and wear it away. Eventually there will be some form of stability. It really and truly rough. So I will not pretend that nothing is happening as it relates to the fight against crime. But as I have laid out some of my questions and concerns, and them something there, let us not make crime a political issue. Crime is a national issue. Irrespective of whether you are orange or you're green or you're somewhere in between, crime affects you, it affects me, it affects people that we know, it affects our communities. So let us remove the politics from the fight against crime. The criminals are united in many, many instances. They are organized in many instances. So if they are united and organized, how can we counter that if we are disorganized and fighting against each other? Makes no sense. You understand? And they are using the disunity, the disorganization to their advantages. Yeah? So we have to look in ourselves and understand. So look here, man. That's something else for the greater good of the country. Nothing on one political party or the other political party. It affects everybody in some way, shape, or form. See, because nobody feel might not dead, But because crime is a problem and them declare SOE, your business is affected. See, your ability to move freely is affected. Your ability to do other things becomes affected. You understand? Your work as an employee is become affected. So it may not be affecting you directly, but some way, somehow, when crime continues unabated, taxes are needed to fund the efforts to crime. Who pay for that? Taxpayers, you and me. So nobody feel like such a man kick down your door, or broke through your window, or thief your car, or hold you up at gunpoint. You're not being affected. You're not being affected directly. See, but sometimes the indirect effects of something is worse than being affected directly. You understand? Because if you are being affected directly, you probably will be able to do something about it in a particular instance. But if you are being affected indirectly, sometimes you don't have no control over that. You understand? So this is something that is afflicting all. It is not to be taken as a political football. See? And them something they say, no matter who did it before or a long time, it's about what the situation is as what the situation is at this point in time, Zane, so we need for try as best as possible. Every single law-abiding, well-thinking Jamaican citizen has a responsibility to themselves, to their children, to their family, to their country, to aid this crime-fighting thing. We need to stop this crap. Zane, trying to defend lawlessness, Zane, and how police are fight, man. Zane, and how police are fight poor people. The law is the law. You understand? So the law can be the law in a one instance and not the law in another instance. The law is the law. So some of us have been emboldening these criminals. Zane, whether they are taxi drivers or vendors on the street, and we now find a taxi driver and a vendor because food have to put on the table. But there are rules and regulations that govern us as a people. If them say you not for part this or load this or you not load this up. And some of we see them when I run going at the taxi them, we are loading at the places where them not for load. Some of we are purchase things from the people them where they on the sidewalk or block the road. Like I was in Linstead. Well, I would have gone to Linstead in the week, I think Wednesday or Tuesday evening. But I went to Linstead again yesterday, Saturday. You know a market day, you know the famous Linstead market. Linstead as a town is very congested. See, the roads that traverse the towns are very narrow at best. And there were persons for as long as you could look, for as long as you could drive in the heart of the town, in the road selling. I not talk on the sidewalk, you know. I see man park up them car, Zane, open my trunk of table and sell shoes. You understand what I say? People in a, I mean on the sidewalk in a piece, and then I say like, this can't be right. Zane? And this is the situation in many of our towns. Downtown Kingston, let us not even get into that. You can't even walk properly. And then you step on something on the road, people want to kill you because you step on them goods and you don't know where to walk. So sometimes we are doing some little things that is influencing the lawlessness in this country. It is not just the man where kill people with a gun or chop up people or rob people. We are the ones sometimes sustaining the lawlessness. See, now when police run in, we rush the police them and defend them man here. And then we say the police them now do nothing. And when the police them try to do things, and we see them one and make it difficult for the police them do things. We don't like police. Zane? You know many good police officers are in the force, or you just not like police. Alright, you don't like some police because that's probably your experience. And not every police there, so. Zane? Or every Jamaican a criminal. Oh, you just not like Jamaicans. So every Jamaican a criminal and every Jamaican wicked. No. Zane? So we as a people need to take a stand, man. A stance. See? We see a situation now where there's a cat and mouse game going on in downtown Kingston, public transport operators and where they're supposed to park and something. Because we are hell-bent in disregarding the laws that govern this country. And if you break the law in no matter how small the break is. You understand? And then one thing lead to the next. These are the people them who over time become career criminals because they have become so comfortable with breaking the law. So yes, the government, the security forces, inclusive of the JSF and the JDF and everybody else, have to do more. But as private citizens of this country that we profess to love, we have to do more too. You understand what I say? We continue to turn a blind eye on certain things because we consider them to be small. The smallest things can add up over time to become the largest things. We have a tendency as a people to dash $1. Zane, if you were to keep every single dollar you get and take up all of the ones them off of the road, you would be amazed as to how much $1 you have over a period of time. So the little things can add up to be great things, man. We need to stop help sustain and nourish and nurture crime and criminality. And we are the same people that come out come Black Road and burn tire when police kill man we killed 12 people already. How he was innocent and killed in cold blood. How many people him kill innocently and killing in cold blood? And we not advocate for extrajudicial killings, you know. But me I say, we have to decide what we really want. We can't want two things. It's either we want law and order or we want disorder and chaos. It can't be both. You feel me? So you decide what you want. I want law and order. I want unity. See? I want a situation where we don't have 100 people being murdered annually. I want a situation where guns stop coming into the country. I want a situation where this eat a food mentality is thrown away. See, I want a situation where we reach a stage where look love come back in our heart. Because we not got no love no more now. Only thing we love these days is sus and gossip and social media. We don't love each other. See? We don't mind say our next man downfall so we can video it for upload it on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. We don't got no love no more, family. You understand? So I could get this notion out of our head. So this is a political thing. Yes, and I make no bones about this. Jamaica's situation as is today would have had its genesis in political tribalism and political warfare from the 70s into the 80s, orchestrated and organized and presided over by the political leaders of the day. I mean, I need to call on him, everybody know them. You understand what I say? And it has evolved and the political influence is not as great as it used to be because these men are now in lottery scamming and the gun for drug trade and all sort of things. So they are now able to sustain themselves. But the reality is that it started with politics. Zane, and politics can end it if we unite in the fight. Yeah, but just have to say that tonight. Get that off of my chest. You understand? Because if they make me start talk all tonight, then I have a problem, you know. Then I'm going to need one next state of emergency, you know. You understand? Speaking about Eastern Kingston peeps, see? I have been waiting on more details before I do an individual video on this story. This gentleman on screen is a colleague of mine. We don't work at the same place, but he was an educator. He was shot and killed on the school compound which he works yesterday evening by gunmen. The information surrounding the incident is a bit sketchy at this point in time, as there are many different theories and stories surrounding the unfortunate incident. So I am going to be patient as usual, and I will wait until I have the information that I consider to be the facts surrounding the situation before I do a video, if I do a video. Yeah. Poverty breeds contempt. Michael Robinson, I grew up poor, abject poverty. I know many people who grew up poor in abject poverty and will never turn to crime. See, we need to stop blaming poverty for crime. As many people who would have been dirt poor are now being productive members of this country. Yeah? And I now say poverty is not an influence upon crime, you know. I am just saying we need to stop using it as an excuse. At no point in time during my growing up years when I was poor did I ever had a desire to kill nobody. You know what I mean? Did have a desire for come out of poverty. And I saw education as being one of the root ways out of poverty. Zane, ambition. So I could stop, get up and blame poverty. Poverty they all over the world. There are many poor people in the United States, many poor people in the UK, many poor people in Germany and Canada and Japan. The countries, some of the countries them with that we consider to be first world or developed countries. So yes, poverty influences the psyche and emo of people. Zane. But the reality is that many of us were born in poverty. Many of us know what poverty is. And many of us have elevated ourselves above our circumstances to become productive member of society. I never kill nobody, brother. I never feel the need for kill nobody or rob nobody. Zane? You feel what me I say? So, that excuse they are now outdated, antiquated. Feel me? Yes, the youths them need more opportunities. Yes, more jobs need to be provided. But I posit to you, my friend, that there are more scope and avenues for employment than many people are making it out to be. Some of the man them now want to work. So I could talk about that. I could talk the truth. Some of the man them now want to work. Because it no matter what you do for work, you know, as long as you're earning an honest bread, you know, brother, a work in him, you know. But someone in there something there. Zane, enough jobs not there for everybody. But jobs are there for more people who are not working. Some of them not want it, family. Some of them not want it, you know. But we keep on finding excuses for these people. Not now go on. What you mean not now go on? So the man we downtown and sell some banana chips and back juice. Not now go on. The man we buy a weed whacker and I do some gardening. Not now go on. The man we, the people that we ride bike. I rob people. Zane, companies that look for bearers every day. But not now go on. Companies that look for delivery people. But not now go on. The same bike could have use a ride kill people. Them couldn't use the ride and make an honest living. But not now go on. How not now go on and a man can find how much money for buy guns and bullets. Then why am use buy it? Nothing. Not now go on and a man can smoke how much spliff per day. Each spliff is 100 bag. And he must smoke 10-15 spliff per day. Plus he must buy a whistle and grabber. Not now go on. Him sit down at the bar while he must smoke and I drink 10 guineas. But not now go on. When night come, him just up in the artist clothes, go on a party, go on floss and dance. But not now go on. Come on, man. I could stop. Find excuses for them criminals here. The man them need for go look work. If you can't find your Mickey. If you can't find money for buy guns and bullets, brother. You can't find a way for turn that money there. And make something with your life. You feel what I say? So the excuse thing, them in a dep on it. I'm gonna bash a man for him opinion, you know. But that's I say, me not agree with that something there. We live and die by the choices we make. Me agree so the thing no 100 and the thing no perfect. And the thing they have balance and the thing hard. I have sat in this same chair. Well, I probably next one over there, sir. And many times I have said that it is very difficult for a youth trying to make something out of them life in this country because there are so many obstacles and bureaucracy and red tapes and orange tapes and green tapes. See, and it's frustrating and we frustrate a man for go the wrongs. But look here, I interviewed Turbulence recently and Turbulence say a thing to me. And as simple as it is, I never did a pre the thing that we had before. The man said every early in life teach you how to jump. Remember that. See, in all the states, straight to the point. Big up yourself for the brother Lawful. You know what thing again, I appreciate it. You understand what I say? So at the end of the day, brother, the excuse up me. I'm tired for it. I'm tired for hear it. Not for the man that we are talking about nothing now go on for them now want to work. It all come down to that. Some of the man them lazy, brother. Some of the man them want an easy life. See it? Our man who for a year plot up on him face bleach out. I go get work. Eh? And that's a thing there, you know. No. Back to that situation. Yeah. See, next time, Fremont, big up yourself and brother. You know what thing, you know. Manners and respect every time, and I appreciate the contribution, brother. You see? So, peeps, at the end of the day, still, you know, some man want to be pilot and don't have a pilot license. Ingenious. That was very ingenious, indeed. See? And thing. We have to rise up, man, and wise up, man. Stop finding excuses, brother. See? If when I was a boy, I just find an excuse, say, yo, I done poor already, and I want to say, I ain't rich. You understand what I say? I not rich, you know. I'm still a youth who try to make life, you know. But I not sit down. Because sit down, nah, make nothing happen for me, brother. I go for that something there. You see it? And if it means say, me did for the car watch if me did for the downtown I sell bag juice, me then be the best bag juice salesman in the world, brother. You understand what I say? I am a teacher. I try to be the best teacher I can be. I not always pull it off, but I try to fight. Man, that YouTube something, I try to be the best YouTuber I can be. We still make a lot of mistakes and we still have a far way to go and to improve. But you just put in the best in what you're doing right now until you do something else. And stop the complain, brother. And the excuse. Jamaica is not the poorest country in the world. Yeah, poorer countries than Jamaica, a man now I kill 1,600 people for the year. Then what? Island Sales app and Play Store. Check out the Island Store. Alright, brother. Peeps, the man say, I want to check out the Island Store app here, sir. The Island Sales app. See? In the Play Store. Blessings in the family. Man, I promote him thing. Nothing wrong with that. You see me? Now, teacher killed in confrontation with gunmen in East Kingston. The same East Kingston which was declared a state of public emergency this morning. As I said, the information that is out there, I am not comfortable with, as I do not know the facts at this point in time. So I have decided to wait before I do the video, seeing if I do a video, as I said, but I'll share some of the information that is out there. So the police have confirmed that a male teacher was killed during a confrontation with gunmen on Windward Road in East Kingston yesterday evening. And East Kingston is now under a state of emergency. Sorry guys. Announced earlier this morning. It is understood that the shooting took place at the Vauxhall High School on the school compound. The teacher has been identified as 36-year-old Carl Samuels of a Portmore St. Catherine address. He was a licensed firearm holder. He had managed to kill one of his attackers, identified as 19-year-old Romain Panton, a canteen worker of Miller Terrace in Kingston 16. The Elliston Road police say that about 7:35 p.m., Samuels and another man were in the process of closing the school compound when they were allegedly approached by two armed men. The men opened fire at them. Samuels pulled his licensed pistol and traded bullets with the men. When the shooting subsided, Samuels and Panton was seen with gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where they were both pronounced dead, and the second gunman managed to escape in the area. It is not clear if he was injured. The police say no one else was injured during the attack and that Samuels' licensed firearm was retrieved at the scene. The police are now investigating. As I'm saying, that is one account of the incident. There are other accounts that there was some robbery taking place. Then, as I said, I cannot speak to that, but let me read something that is there. Carl Samuels, a teacher at the school, was shot and killed on the compound on Saturday evening. The news is that while he was on the compound doing some work, he was attacked by a group. In retaliation, he managed to kill one of his attackers. He is the grade 11 coordinator, so he's a senior teacher and husband to one of the vice principals. He teaches the CSEC Theatre Arts and appeared in several Jamaican plays and commercials. Other reports are suggesting that it was a robbery attempt as men tried to rob a student, and he, in defense of the student, he pulled his license firearm and them something there. I don't know the details. What I know is that this is another case where an educator, a colleague of mine, has been murdered. The instances are piling up. As last year, a number of teachers were murdered in this country. Back in the days of a man, this a teacher, the whole community beat them. You understand? Now the whole community want to be teachers. You know, see a thing go. See, that is the evolution of Jamaica for you. Things that away. Condolences to the family, friends, colleagues, associates of Mr. Samuels. It's a pity that he was not able to take out the two of them. See, and it's a pity that he has lost his life. The violence continues. Peeps, it's not on the roadside the man dead, you know. A school the man dead, you know, brother. You feel what I say? There are unconfirmed reports again that one of the shooters was a past student. But I don't know. As I said, I'm not speculate and I'm not color nothing. I will try to get details. If I am still not comfortable with the information, I will just not do the video. It's a simple thing. You understand? It's a video like this. I don't want to make no money off of. It's not a money making video. This is another productive member of the society being murdered. So this is about presenting the correct information to the people who are interested in getting correct information. Yeah, because many of us are not really into that, you know. See? And thing. Sad. The Jamaica Teachers Association is to observe a day of mourning tomorrow. So President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Owen Speed, has declared Monday a day of mourning for its membership. His announcement was in reaction to the shooting death of Mr. Samuels. So Samuel's killing has happened amid concern over violence in East Kingston, where a state of emergency was declared. Speed said that tomorrow, Monday, the 27th of January, will be dedicated to Samuels and other teachers and students who have been killed or violently attacked. We will wear black, and we encourage all educators to wear black, he said. He said the JT will host a vigil at the Manchester High School tomorrow afternoon, and we will culminate too with a prayer vigil that was previously planned for the Manchester High School for the 30th of January at 4:30 p.m. It is real sad. Well, it's a real sad occasion for all of us, and we just have to pray for the families and for the school communities as they try to put the pieces together. Damien White, pick up yourself in a bro. What go on? Blessings every time. Why am I tell her? Dramatic crash left man in almost two halves in Montego Bay. The carnage on the roads continued with one vehicle collision which claimed the life of a man and resulted in the injuries of two others who were reportedly returning from a wake in the parish of St. James on Saturday morning. I have always said that one of the cruelest irony in lives is somebody attending or having attended a funeral ends up dying. I think that is the most cruel irony. This situation involves not somebody coming from a funeral, but somebody coming from a wake. I mean, it's really and truly, boy, I don't know. Reports are at about 3 a.m. before it reaches us. The deceased has been identified as 27-year-old Jovian Peterkin, also called Jovi, of a McCarthy Street, Montego Bay, St. James address. See young man on screen. Cut in two. Yeah. Yeah, brother. Like, he was practically cut in two. Reports are that about 3 a.m., Peter King was among occupants of a Toyota Mark X motor car traveling along Barnett Street in Montego Bay when the driver lost control of the vehicle, which crashed into the wall of a store after hitting a building on the opposite side of the road. Peter King suffered multiple injuries and died on the spot. His body was partially dissected between his hips, his hip and torso. The condition of other occupants of the vehicle who are now in hospital are not clear, and the Barnett Street police are investigating the incident. An investigator have called upon the driver of the vehicle to turn himself in. So apparently the driver fled the scene. And last Sunday, a motor vehicle crash involving a motor car and an island route coach bus along the Hague Main Road in Trelawny claimed the lives of 4 men, Zane and Ting. So cops are now in search of the driver involved in the fatal crash, Zane. And they're asking the driver to turn himself in immediately. You understand? First and foremost, it is illegal. It's an offense to flee the scene of an accident. It is an offense to be in an accident and not report it, plus some other offenses. How fast was he driving, Zane? I am assuming that they're coming from a wake, so is it that somebody tired or somebody did a drink, Zane? And think, what impact must have happened? And there are pictures in them, I never remember for something, take no picture. What must that impact have been for this man to have been cut in two? Sad. Vehicle hits bicycle, killing 2 in Portmore, St. Catherine. So 2 people who were riding on a bicycle died from injuries sustained when they were hit by a motor vehicle on George Lee Boulevard in Portsmouth, St. Catherine this morning. Dead is 36-year-old Kevin Smith, a labourer on 4 West Greater Portmore in the parish, and Sandra Robinson of a Waterford address, also in the parish. Reports from the Waterford police are that about 4:45 a.m. Robinson was being transported by Smith, who was riding a bicycle in a northerly direction, when a Toyota Fortuner motor car, which was traveling in the same direction, collided with the rear of the bicycle. Smith and Robinson sustained injuries and were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. The driver of the motor vehicle was arrested, the police said. First and foremost, condolences to the family and friends of the deceased. Why would somebody be towing somebody on a bicycle at 4:45 a.m.? Zane? Were there any lights or reflectors on the same bicycle? I don't know. All I know is 2 persons are now dead and the driver is in police custody. I set that away. Yes. I saw a trailer cutting the peeps. Hold up. Howdy. Backfield look crowdy. Cause you have good cops, bad cops. Mr. Perfect, big up yourself, you know. You say, get the money. Big up yourself, brother. Cop charge for stealing firearm, granted bail. See, in the same breath, I wanted the time out for big up one Mr. So I stop call him Father Leonard, because I make him feel all. Him so me for call him Mr. Bartley. I wanted the time out for big up Sir Leonard Bartley, OC Merciless, OC Warred, OC the Warring Dan from Clarendon. Big up yourself, brother. In a real life. Manners every time. You understand? It was a joy. You see me? Merciless a sample. Ah boy. Yes, sir. We can move forward though. Cop charge for stealing firearms. Granted bail. Yeah? Auntie. Yeah, and big up Jigsy King too. Yeah, peeps. So don't look out for the interview. It's shut already. You just need to edit and upload. I can't tell you when though, because it is the longest interview I have done so far. I think the interview that was about 2 hours. Not that the video itself will be 2 hours still, but it was a long interview. Many people have been requesting Jigsy King. Yeah, and them something. And peeps, when I make a request them, because man will just say, yo, teach Bounty Killer next, or Terror Fabulous next, or this man next. Peace, the people, I'm not sitting on roadside away to teach them, interview them, you know. You understand? You have to remember these men are working, men. They tour, they in the studio, they working on albums, them are family. You understand? So when I get an artist to interview, it's always an honor. Because the man them busy and the man them take some time out of them schedule for all a reason with the eye. You understand? You know, just say, yo, teach them is so big and powerful that as me link a artist, him say, yeah, we ready now. You know, always work so. So you have to just be patient. So when you come under the and say, yo, teach, that man then, and it work so. You have to just give me a little time. See, eventually we are going to interview all the artists them. But it just take a little time. Things take a little time. You understand? Plus, we have a few things. So, me need to sort out as it relates to some of the gear and stuff. See, because I lost the second camera yesterday. When I say lose, I don't mean like it lost or some of the TV. But that camera was not purchased to be a definite second camera for the interviews. That camera was purchased to be the camera for the podcast setup around there. So it is not on the same level of the main camera that I use to shoot the interviews. See, so the battery is not as big as that one. And I'm saying I never buy for that purpose. So I one battery did buy with a name something. So I want only a little thing. So you can only shoot about an hour or so. So I lose the camera yesterday. So half I interview a 2 camera, half I at 1. You know what thing? So we need for a plan for do a little thing soon and them something. But you know I find the things them there and people have to carry them down because some of the things them you can't ship and clear else it have done your career because them expensive and dear. So we have to wait till either somebody are forward in or something. You know what thing go. Yeah, son, but the thing I grow people, we give thanks. So we just a look at intermission. All of the artists them big up themselves from Tony Curtis to Jigsy King to Merciless. Yeah, and that's what I mean. I say the whole works. Zane, Father Sly, Zane, Archive, Norrisman, Turbulence, Dwayne Stevens, Alien, Snaggapus, General B, Natty King. The people them been asking, say where is Natty King? Them not hear me on a brand new rhythm. The fans been asking, say where is Natty King? Them all I want there for sing. Me stop sing. Me don't know, me just love that tune there. Me never left Ghana if it make no comeback. Natty King, big up yourself, you know. Big brother. You know what I mean? All of the artists them right now, me now remember everybody. Lexus, Chico, the Burning Fire, at a Chuck Fender, Little Hero. Right now, me now remember artists them, yeah, man. Them enough. You see? Yeah, man. So, big up on yourself. If you don't watch the interview, them go watch them. Them take a lot of time. See? The interview with Merciless on Thursday night. It was initially decided that the interview would have been shot at Friends for Real studio. Friends for Real, we love all. But, you know what I mean? But it never conducive because all heap of artists did there, all heap of crowd and all heap of nice and them something there. Seeing that interview should have been shot from about 4:30, about 9:30 I start with the interview, or 9 o'clock I start with the interview Wednesday night. You understand? So sometimes it think them, I don't know, and it take hours to edit the videos them people. So when you go watch the video them take a lot of time. I put a lot of love and energy and art and effort in it. See, the channel suffer sometimes because of the time frame to turn around the interviews when I upload a regular video and so but one of them things, you understand? The Merciless interview gone now, look like you ought to go viral. So we give thanks. I can move on, because I know so I come for hear some other things. But you know what thing go, that's a part of the channel, a part of the works too. So that was a local intermission. A policeman who was recently charged with breaches of the Firearms and Larceny Acts by the Inspectorate of the Professional Standards Oversight Bureau. It's too long, brother. Zane, teach. You have to interview. Brother, me been a try get terror fabulous over about a year and a half, you know. It's not as easy as you would think. And the reality is that terror is not always 100% in terms of health available. So we have to be cognizant of that too. And like terror just did it ready for your interview. So we have to just be patient. I am willing to be patient, so you have to be patient too. You understand? But the interviews them are come, Zane, but you have to keep on building your thing, Zane. You have to keep on make the right links them and something. But Terror Fabulous is one of my, in all honesty, dream interviews. Zane, I'll probably share with you why at a later date, but it not just happen so. Yeah, son. Yeah, man. I just teach, you go interview them, man. They don't say work. You see me? Yeah, man. You have to make the right links them and the man them have to be available and the man them have to feel your work and your energy and your vibe. Because not everybody want to talk to you neither. I just say reality that. You see me? So now for just be patient. So the policeman was granted bail when he appeared before the St. Catherine Parish Court recently. The policeman, Constable Ajani McBean of the Operations Branch, was charged following a ruling from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. The police said a file was submitted to the office following an investigation that was launched when a firearm and magazine containing 14 9mm rounds of ammunition were discovered missing from a Jamaica Constabulary Force facility in St. Catherine. Investigations were conducted, and following an operation on the 18th of January, the weapon along with the magazine and rounds were recovered at the home of McBean by Careless. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution subsequently ruled that Constable McBean be charged with illegal possession of firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, and simple larceny. McBean, who was granted bail in the sum of $400,000, is scheduled to reappear before court on the 4th of March. As condition of his bail, he was ordered to report to the Maypen police station once daily, and to remain in his premises from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily. He was also ordered to surrender his travel documents. Wow. The newly Operation Branch, I'm not sure the question. I'm not sure. I want to say Operation Branch, I'm not sure, bro, so I can't speak to that still. The man basically, based on the allegations, would have removed the weapon without authorization. So in quote unquote, they must say a thief the gun. So them charge him for illegal possession. Ammunition seized. Person of interest held in Grants Pen operations. Operations by the Constant Spring Police in the Morgan's Lane area of Grants Pen and Lane, St. Andrew on Friday the 24th of January resulted in the reported seizure of several rounds of ammunition and the arrest of a person of interest. So police reports are that between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m., a joint police military operation conducted several searches of houses in the community where one AK-47 round was seized while a man identified as a person of interest by detectives from the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse, CISOCA, was held. His identity is being withheld. So the police said 24 other people were also held for processing. Then about 3:45 p.m., another operation was conducted in the community. During the search of an abandoned building, the police said 29 12-gauge cartridges were found, and no one was arrested during that operation. Ah, boy. Well, some rounds at Half Street. Zane, no weapons were found, but at least some lives might have been saved. Firearm and ammunition seized in Kingston. Me like them news here. A CZ-100 pistol fitted with a magazine containing 4 9mm rounds was seized along East Avenue in Almond Town, Kingston yesterday, the police are reporting. So reports are that about 6:20 a.m., police officers along with military personnel were on an operation in the area when a premises was searched and the firearm and the magazine were found. No arrests were made. I don't like that part there. You understand? 2 arrested following firearm seizure. Good news. 2 people were arrested following the seizure of a Glock pistol fitted with a magazine containing 8 9mm rounds of ammunition in Jump Town District, Hopewell, Hanover yesterday. So police reports are that between the hours of 5:30 a.m. and 9 a.m., the police were on operation. While approaching a house, the lawmen reportedly observed a firearm being thrown through the window. The weapon was seized and a man and woman who occupied the premises were subsequently taken into custody, the police said. Their identities are being withheld. A man them dash his shoes through the window. Let me see if I can find something there. Me never left Ghana if he make no come back. In a Jamaica when me make me comfort. Them say me run me Ghana Europe. Tell them say when me left a food me gone look. Yes sir. The car where blicked down the police officer in New Kingston, you see? Remember them find the car. I don't know if they have found the man yet. Me hear stories of them find the man, then me hear the police still look for the man. However, there has been some more information. The deportee and attempted murder convict said to be involved in cops injured by taxi. So apparently the man who was driving said vehicle here licked on the police, breaking police leg in multiple places. Was deported from the United States after he was convicted for attempted murder. And that them for charge him for again, you know. You understand? Failing or disobeying a police signal to stop. Zane. Attempted murder. Fleeing the scene of a crime. Reckless and dangerous driving. And all of the charges that they can lay against him. Zane. Yeah, man, is a taxi man. You know, see a taxi stripe on his side plus a red plate. The police say the man wanted in connection with an incident where a cop was mowed down by a taxi in Kingston last week was a deportee from the United States who was convicted for attempted murder. Then in do it again and say a killing try kill the police. You know, see. The officer was injured on duty. The officer was injured on duty at the intersection of Trafalgar Road and Worthington Avenue in St. Andrew after he signaled the taxi to stop. The taxi driver disobeyed the cop's orders, mowed him down and sped away. The vehicle was found abandoned a short while after the incident in the Mountain View area. So after it was identified using Jamaica eye technology, the driver's name and picture are expected to be released soon. Soon and very soon. Yeah, after them, me I go do a video when them release it because them money you need to find them. Then we not hide them. Yeah, sir. So attempted murder once, attempted murder again. You see it? Well, that me then charge him for if me did it was the police. You understand? Do the police or anyone track the deportees? I don't know if they track them or not, Miss Tony and Miller Smith. But what I know is that they are in the system and some things are done, but up tracking them to say how have they integrated yeah or nay, I can't speak to that. But that's a very good question, Miss Smith. Very good question. You understand? I probably shouldn't try to find out that. And thing. Ah boy. Alright, peeps. So I could get into the obituaries part I think, you know, and get it over with. Woman's body with throat cut found in Trelawny. Boy. Same thing again. Dinner share, dumpling and mackerel. We give thanks cause something at the pot still. The work not easy. The Trelawny Police Division recorded its first murder since the start of the year. Should have never happened. Trelawny shouldn't record them first murder. No time this year. Following the gruesome discovery of an unidentified woman, believed to be in her early 20s, whose blood-drenched body was found in an isolated area with the throat slit yesterday morning. And last year, 30 murders were recorded in the parish. So police report at about 7 a.m. they were summoned to an isolated section of Duncan's Bay after a passerby discovered the body. Upon their arrival, the police found the bloody body near a dirt track. The cops disclosed that the body, which was clad in a peach sweater, white top, pink belt, cream jeans pants, and black leather slippers, is of a dark complexion and about 5 feet 4 inches tall. The body was also adorned with a gold-looking snake chain around the neck and gold-looking bracelet around one of the arms. So, Commander of the Trelawny Police Division, Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, gave an assurance that his team will be working around the clock to not only identify the deceased, but bring the perpetrators to justice. In spite of the fact that we are not aware of her identity, I would want to assure the community that we will leave no stones unturned to one, identify her, and then identify who is to be blamed for carrying out such a gruesome act, Ricketts said at the crime scene. He said the latest killing comes at a time when the nation is still grappling with the gruesome murders of 2 women in separate incidents since the start of the year. You know, Nivea Sinclair and another lady, Zane, Susan Easy or Suan Easy. I'm not sure which one, because different sources do different things. Zane, on Friday night, peeps, we spoke about a very sad situation where an 80-year-old boy's body was found floating in a section of the Kingston Harbour after he was kidnapped some 2 days before by his ex-stepfather, something, the former lover of his mother, who had promised to take him to buy ice cream, and he was found with his hands tied behind him, and he was dead. I also share an article where the man in question also had the audacity, the nerves, to contact the grieving mother to tell her that she just needs to sort out her life and get over it and move on. And when she figure out how much she bury the youth, him for call her, she for call him so him can provide the money. He's willing to spend up to $300,000. He has been arrested by the police. Well done to the police officers. I know some persons are berating the police for them allegedly not taking the missing person report as seriously. Teach, do you even pay the artist for the interview? Maybe if you start to put up some money, you will get more. It's a spade. I know my duty if you pay an artist to do the interview, brother. You see that the artist want to share him story, him don't want to share him story. I don't need to pay an artist. It's not a dub plate me I look. You understand? I reach out to an artist, say XYZ, we have a platform, we have X amount of monthly viewers in the millions. We have X amount of subscribers, Zane, and I think there is an avenue for you to benefit and me to benefit, because people go back go listen to some of the songs them because it kind of brings some nostalgia, Zane, and think people go search for some songs where them never know say out or some albums. I ain't not pay an artist to interview them, brother. You know, you're mad. Yeah, you see that I want to talk to me, I don't want to talk to me. You see me? It's a simple thing, you know. So you move on, me move on, and next artist is there. Yeah, so thing. Brother, the artists them did it, you know, sometimes I just them not available. Some of the man, I want to tell you, say, more artists than what you think live overseas, you know, brother. Many of the man them live overseas. Zane, so enough artists put on for interview, but them not there yard yet. Zane, or you say me for interview you, if you tell you how you became Ace of Spade. So, I does time. As me I said, them interview thing you take a lot of time. Zane, it's not as easy as people think. You go set up a camera and interview a man. Zane, the logistics that are involved, the organization and planning at time and location. Zane, shooting the interview, ensuring that everything alright. Editing, one interview edit can take anywhere between 5 to 7 hours depending on the interview. Yeah, so let me say between, so I mean for the edit and upload process. See, because most of the interviews are over 50 minutes, quite a few of them over an hour, so it take a lot of time, people. So that's what I couldn't know. So me is only one man. Yeah, so it take a little time. Give me a little time. Relief for residents as mom's ex-partner caught in connection with 80-year-old's murder. So it was all smiles on the faces of residents in Ritchie Lane, in the vicinity of Spanish Town Road in Kingston when they received news that the man they believe killed the 80-year-old child was caught in Trelawny earlier yesterday. So Senior Superintendent of Police Stephanie Lindsay, head of the Corporate Communications Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, said Philip Rose or Philip Williams or Rochester Rose or Rochester Rose, who goes by several other names, is currently in police custody. He was caught in Danieltown, Trelawny. That brought great joy to the mother of the deceased child. Me feel a little bit better because them catch him, she said, adding that Rose has not called her since Friday morning. Rose's last communication with Lewis came when he called her to protest his innocence, while also offering to pay for the child's funeral. The boy's body was found in the Kingston Harbour near the Manly Meadows housing scheme in the eastern part of the city on Thursday afternoon, 2 days after he was reportedly abducted from his Richie Lane home by Rose on Tuesday. Rose and Lewis had been in a common law relationship. See, when his cartel interview come in, which ended Monday when the child's mother broke up with him after finding out about his alleged violent past. Lewis said the police informed her that her voter's identification card was found on Rose when the police apprehended him. The police were carrying out an operation when they caught him, Lindsay said, of the man who has been listed as a person of interest in the death of the boy. He is currently being questioned. Lewis said Rose must have taken her ID on Monday. Me miss it, you know, because my TRN, ID and bank card always the one place in a one little pouch. But my head not there, so me not even know what else him take right now, she said. A resident who spoke with the Gleaner said she was happy the police caught Rose. I'm glad them do them work, you know, because him need for go down for this. I'm sorry say I never Kingston them hold on upon him still, the woman said. Now, according to eyewitnesses, the little boy was taken from his home Tuesday evening by Rose, who said he was taking him to buy ice cream. What a wicked man. Zane? But more information now, people. So he was caught in Trelawny. Reports are suggesting that he was making an attempt to leave the island for Haiti via boat. The suspect held in connection with the murder of the little boy was trying to flee the island by boat to Haiti when he was arrested by detectives in Trelawny. You understand? And thing. So, no Haiti for him. See? And thing. On Friday night, I was caught a little bit off guard when I shared with you that a recording artist from Clarendon was reported missing. Many of my up-to-date viewers and subscribers informed me that he was found in Spanish Town, and I said I would try to give some more information on the situation, mostly because I kind of feel, you know, a look away when I never realized them find him, because last week, as I said, I was out of touch. Zane, Lauren Cooper, I know somebody by that name, and one of my grade 11 students has that name. I'm not sure if that is the Miss Cooper here. Let me know. But good night, Miss Cooper. Zane? Yeah, so DJ found dead. I just felt it being my civic duty to kind of share some information here. So get an interview with Addy. I want to feel like except Vice Cartel, they want the interview with Teach them though. See? On the rise, dancehall DJ Projects was found dead in Spanish Town recently, according to his manager, Andrew Powell. Police called him grandmother around 10 on Tuesday morning to identify his body. That's how long they find him? He had no stab wounds, no bullet holes, nothing, just badly beaten. His girlfriend said him did go and sell him car. I don't talk about that. And the last thing we hear is that him did the 3 miles. So him reached town and somehow ended up in Spanish Town. He continued. Reports from the Chapelton police are that the DJ went missing about 3 p.m. on Monday. Powell said the DJ's family is still in a state of shock. His mother and everybody just mash up. Them just can't believe. Like, nobody not really out here for him. Most of his family overseas. And him alone really dead Jamaica, Powell said. He is my artist for me invest so much of my time and money in her. Cause me believe in him. Me have him as part of my family. Cause me work with many other artists, all Fambo and them. But me have him as my main artist. It's like when you go have a baby and you buy up clothes and pampers and then the baby not born, he continued. So Projects, 31 years old, given name Peter Porter, hails from Ballard River, St. Catherine and stuff. He is a recording dancehall artist and he would have released songs including Richness, Sexy and Bad, Planting, which is a remake of Jada Kingdom's Banana, and Brimmy, a collaboration with Tommy Lee. In 2007, he released his EP, Alien Anatomy, and the corporate communications unit of the JCF had no report of the DJ's death up to press time, so I don't know. It's sad, it's that way. See, yeah, influencer affiliate, the Kobe situation really and truly threw me out. That was the lead story earlier in the stream. You understand? I mean, one of the legend. You understand? Not 2 years. My favorite basketball player of all times. Easily. Hands down. You know, rate the Michael Jordan, but Kobe was a special youth. You understand? Yeah, man. Kobe was a special youth. So, but we never do no video because, you know what thing go. But I do some other things. No peeps, as an educator, when I come across an article, I feel like I did need to share it, so I'm going to share it. Concern raised about student attendance and punctuality at public schools. An assessment of public schools over the last 4 years has revealed a general improvement in key performance indicators. However, concerns have been raised about students' attendance and punctuality. It's funny how the media was tearing down Kobe and he's now a hero. One of the No, but even when the media did that tear him down, he was still one of the greatest. Nobody never take that from him, Ace of Spade. Bro, nobody never really take that in him. He was always one of the greatest. I don't know anybody did remove him greatness from him during that little episode there. See? So, that's the reality. You understand? Irrespective of what people say about Kobe, the stats are there to show that he is one of the greatest of all times. You see? And that's the thing, brother. You know, media work, forget to sell the papers and forget the ratings and stuff, you know. So, them not really busy with nobody, you know. You feel what I say? Them just do what them think them have to do, and them things. Them not really busy. So I don't saw a thing. But you know a thing still. I mean, the media used to berate Michael Jackson too for him idiosyncratic behaviors and some other things. And when Michael died, he was the greatest of all times. I don't saw a thing go. You understand? Tupac the same way. You see? Yeah, one of them things here, sir. The media will be the media. That will never change. You understand? Now, the latest report of the Chief Executive Officer of the National Education Inspectorate has been released, and it shows the results of the assessment of 554 primary and 199 secondary schools between September 2015 and June of last year. The results show improvements in all performance indicators. So Maureen Dyer, CEO of the National Education Inspectorate, said this is a welcome change, even though the progress is slow and most schools are only satisfactory. The report states that students' overall performance in CSEC examinations continue to be low. I can tell you exactly why that is, but make it stay for you next time, especially in mathematics. To offset this, many high schools offered opportunities for certification in English and mathematics from other external examination bodies such as City and Guilds. See? And other subjects, NC, TVET, and NVQJ, and the whole works. It was reported that a similar pattern exists at the primary level. For example, of the cohort that sat the primary exit profile PEP, only 40% were proficient and above in mathematics, with the remaining 60% categorized as developing or below. So the National Education Inspectorate says the trend was relatively consistent across the 4 subject areas. However, it noted improvements in the technical and vocational offerings, which point to increased opportunities for students' participation in these areas. It is said the subjects offered are narrowly clustered around business studies and information technologies, as some schools lack resources to offer a wider range of subjects. The attendance and punctuality situation, if you talk about something about projects, all of these children are coming from a home. Zin? Many children are leaving home the time when school call, when bell ring. May I say that again? Many children in this country are just leaving their home at the time when school bell ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Then you see where problem there. But at the school, the problems are always there, You understand? Yeah. It's school, the problem always there. When the problem really and truly start long before them reach school, every youth that come from a house with guardians, whether parents or grandparents or siblings, it no matter. And youths are left them yard when at time them should end their school. How if you have school 7:30 and you left your yard 7:30, you don't live around the back of school? You have some youths who wake up and say, yo, them just don't feel for go to school this morning. And nobody's there to make them know so them have to go to school. So who are the fool? How my youth fi get up in my house and tell me say him no feel for go to school this morning and him not sick? Right now he might probably sick and it depends on the level of sickness like, he still have to go to school. Yeah, I feel better during the day. That me I make you know. How you for wake up in a female house and tell me say you no feel for go to school and you no go to school? Oh, not now to go to school. What you mean not now to go to school? A bar, we're lacking an idea and open at night. Eh? I say all of this for show no really a go in the country, And when a youth reach a school 12 o'clock and the gates are locked, you see people run with video camera and run down a ministry how school administrators are lock out pitney, But nobody now got the parents' yard, go make them know say the pitney need to come out of the house from 6:30 if them reach a school 7:30 and them have to take drive, Nobody now do that part of the thing there, But you say the principal wicked and the teacher them wicked. Then want the parents. When you see the problem them we are facing in the country here. And we are help sustain some of them problems here. Enough of the problems them in the country are you and me create them and sustain them. The youth for their school from 7:30 and him reach a school 10 o'clock. And you feel like, yeah, when I say, yo, it better the principal let in the youth, else the youth will go somewhere else or do some crap. The youth for their school from 7:30. What you mean? Yo, you don't understand. We are going to another country, Romario, somebody have to be wicked, why not me? You understand? Man tell us some things are going on in the country where the future bleak, You don't know when we say bleak, what bleak mean? When me a boy I grew up, all of me nose I run good on for my chin, me I forgot school. No go blow it now. I dry it up in the head like yes, and you decide which way you want to go. Whether you want to go up near there or you want to go to do. But you go to school. Go play a ball on Sunday and kick off your toe now. You push in your boot, go to school, because you should not there kick no ball. The hours of your time be a foot there. Eh? You understand? You go play a ball and man bust your lace and let your ankle sick. You hop on that go to school. Now these days, man sleep till 9 and it is fine. And when they go to school and school get locked, the principal is guilty of committing a crime. Yo! But Finar, back in the days, brother. Back in the days, you got to wake up. And don't wake up now. See, you sit now, wake you out of your sleep. Dexter say if attendance a show up on the report. In a some report in a colored, brother. But the parents in a business cause them know from long time. Say they put them now come to school. So who for you them they sit down at daytime. What about detention? I'm run at you. Let me tell you a thing. You see detention, a teachers run detention. I mean I said this publicly. I nah sit down at school with nobody pitney. After me teach a whole day, I probably have extra class. I nah sit down in a detention with nobody pitney, brother. How much more teachers we give to this a country here? Then when me sit down at school with detention with people pitney, then want to my pitney. Then when me have to go hustle for my pitney, how me go hustle? When the salary when me earn as a teacher now make no sense. Me not punish myself for nobody pitney, brother. So me I say that publicly and who want vex. Me nah sitting in a detention with nobody pitney. Me not punish myself. Me done with them, there's something there, brother. When parents are free to do what they want to do, why everything's supposed to be on teachers? Me not, and no guy, no girl, no principal can't get me sitting in a detention with no guy. Before some left. How much more if you do? Why me go spend detention with youth who come to school late and them have parents at the yard to make sure them come out of the house? Me? Nah, sit down with nobody pitney in a detention. Me nah punish myself for nobody pitney. Because somebody don't really care about we neither. You understand? I know my yard the pitney I come from. No guy cannot come from my yard and I read school 9 o'clock, brother, unless police up on the road and traffic light and driver strike. You feel me? That detention thing then now work, brother. Not for me still. I don't know about another teacher, but as I say, no guy can get me do no detention with no youths. Before some resign. Tell you that. Must say mad. Detention where, brother? Mad, man. Punish me and punish myself for what? For people not care? Mad, man. The same people that want to come kick you down and fling stone off of your school for violate them, you're mad, man. You must be dreaming. Mad. Certain thing me don't draw a line with a brother in that teaching something and I kind of worth it, you know. You see? You can try help people when I want to help, brother. Parents, them, you see? And you know, funny enough, in grade 9 social studies, I have been teaching parenting recently. And I have been impressing upon the grade 9 students that we have many baby mothers and baby fathers, but we don't have no parents these days, and we don't have no whole heap of that, you know. Not because you have a youth as a parent. You understand? If you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a parent, then you're not a parent. You're a mother and father, man. Parenting different. Feel what me I say? So, that's a part of the problem, but nobody now see that, you know. It all come back down to the educators, and we are the worst thing. You see? Mad, man. When me need for left school for come hustle some money for my youth, then me sit down with people pitney when I care about for them pitney. Mad, man. Never play that. The school system needs to develop a calling system wherein which they get the number of each and every parent and call them at certain time when they don't see the student. Brother, father, do sir, dig up yourself. I don't know that is a perfect system in any school, but many schools do that, brother. Sir, you have some parents where school call every day and they don't come. Lick that child one time, the whole family reach. And when you did that call them, to address the behavioral issues and the deviant behaviors being shown by their kid or children, because sometimes the whole family come in school, them not come. Because you pick pan them pitney. Met that youth that do something and somebody slap him. The whole family reach. I know I'm going and yo. Right, I know me I move on here, man. Car. Something here. You see him? There was a situation not so long ago in Bethlehem where a 5-week-old baby was kidnapped. Zane? The child was found recently. The family of the girl who had the baby are distancing themselves from the child, from the woman. We're gonna share a little thing here. Dad in disbelief after daughter arrested for stealing baby. The family members of the woman, the police have accused of abducting a 5-week-old baby last October, are distancing themselves from the 21-year-old, claiming that they had no idea the baby she returned home with last December was not her son. Speaking with the Jamaica Observer, the accused woman's father, Arnett Ramsey, said the family was torn when lawmen swooped down on their home in Cockburn Gardens, Kingston 11, shortly after 10 a.m. and slapped handcuffs on his daughter, who is now in custody. The man said it was at that time that he learned that the baby, believed to be 4-month-old Nair Frank, that he had come to love as his grandson, is no way related to his family. According to Ramsey, his daughter was heavily pregnant when she left home in October for Spanish Town, St. Catherine, where she indicated that her partner had been living. He said while they remained in contact, it wasn't until last month that she returned to the community with the child. Everybody thought it was her baby because she was pregnant. Straight up, she looked like she lose her baby. That is what the father said. The father said everybody thought it was her baby because when she left, she was heavily pregnant. That's the way him said. But he said straight up, she looked like she lose her baby. When the officers came, they said that the baby looked like he was in immaculate condition. The whole family added that it was her baby. So I have no idea how she came in contact with having this baby, a seemingly alarmed Ramsey said. Can you imagine? He told the Observer that even with the widely publicized reports of the missing child, the family remained unaware that the baby might have been stolen. The child's mother, 17-year-old Alia Ray, 17-year-old, was reportedly walking with him along Russell Road in St. Andrew on the 13th of October when a motor car approached her with 3 men aboard. There was more to the story than that still, based on my understanding. One of the men reportedly alighted from the vehicle and forced Alia and Nair into the car before taking the child from the mother and shoving her from the vehicle. It further emerged that the mother had purportedly gone to meet individuals, yes, she had met on social media, who had offered items for the baby. Let me read that again. Peter May looked like she lost her child. And in trying to fix that, they stole a child. Zane, listen to this. It further emerged that the mother had purportedly gone to meet individuals she had met on social media who had offered items for the baby. Social media again, man. I am ripped up because I had no signs that my daughter would have done something like this. I know when people fall in a depression, them tend to do erratic things. But I had no sign that this is what was happening. My daughter is a past student of the Queen's High School. My daughter was fun-loving and everybody loved her. I have no idea. I did not see this coming. If I had the slightest idea, I would have returned the baby a long time, said Ramsey, who added that he is happy that the baby has been returned to his family. I am not thinking that my daughter would have... I am thinking that my daughter would have never stooped so low, knowing all that she has been through, knowing that she lost her mother violently when she was 9 years old, and she's a twin. I raised her. In 1998, her mother bring her come and give me, and it's me and my mother raised her. So knowing that she went through that, how can she go put someone else in a situation where she grew up in her? So I honestly did not see this coming. I don't know what influenced her. He said, too, that he is still in the dark as it relates to the identity of the men who allegedly snatched Nair and handed him over to his daughter. So is not that type of person to be hanging out with the wrong company. So who are these people? Where them come from? How she mix up with them? He questioned. Ramsey said while he is deeply disappointed with his daughter's alleged actions, he remains supportive of her and is actively working to retain a legal representative on her behalf. Another relative of the accused who spoke with the Observer also said that the family was blindsided by the young woman's alleged actions. She was walking up and down in the community with the baby in stroller. She only did breastfeed the baby for how long, the family said, adding that it was a possibility that the baby was stolen because the accused partner is a man with money. Ouch. The relative said the child was spotted in the company of the woman by a passerby recently and the police were alerted. Oh, interesting. So the CCU said that while Alia has said that the baby found is not here, DNA testing will have to confirm this. Zane, so them not do that yet. And thing. Yeah. Shut away. Woman, I breastfeed people fitness. Shut away. I do not know. Apparently look like she lost her baby. Teach her fabulous one to hear from him. Oh. I'm not easy with the demands them, sir. You see him? I can only speak by assuming that it must be most difficult for a woman to lose a child. Zane, many women don't recover from that experience. But the reality is that losing a child doesn't mean that you can never have another child. See, if you lose a child, you lose a child. It's unfortunate. See, I would have shared with you a story a few extra classes ago. See? Auntie. And I know firsthand that that can be a very sad situation to deal with. And as a male, I might have been able to deal with it a little bit better than the female. Zane, so I can imagine how much trauma, how much sadness, how much bewilderment, how depressing that might be. Zane? So I understand that, but you're not going to take what people pick me, man. And again, the mother of the little boy was lured by a person she met on social media. She don't know them as merciless from a hole in the wall. And she decided to go meet up with people where she never know, never meet, forget things. And them I say, the man where she did pregnant for is okay financially. So why would she ever need then figure collect things from people where she, you know, I mean, I know ya. Set away. Ah, boy. Same thing again. Dinner share, dumpling and mackerel. But we give thanks cause something at the pot still. The work not easy. Tomorrow we going back still. Cause the youth them have to eat and are the same thing again. Me say me get a daughter now, so me have to think smarter now. It means that me a think constructive. It's like say my brain I make smarter now. Over the years we put in the work, sweat running out with shirt, the work a pay off you now. And teach them a tour the world. And I mash up all the charts you now. Cause some things gotta give. Something there I look for and can't find it, you know. My spot say some kids don't reach the last hour of school cause them mama smoke weed with parents. Big up myself, you know, Miss Broad. Boy. Blessings, you know. Empress Gaza girl. You see? Yes, sir. So make we get into the part I dance. You know the part I dance when the big tune I play. Yeah, man. Me find one nice little lady. This lovely lady here is Dr. Grace McLean. She is the acting permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, formerly the chief education officer before she was promoted by one Ruel Adolphus Cornelius Jefta Reed. Silenced. $200 million in contracts executed in 8 months with no council meetings. Members of the CMU board have been instructed to sign no disclosure agreement. May I slow down that and go back through that so nothing is lost in translation. As me say, the Auditor General's report is damning. In that report, and this article was published by the Gleaner, as they have been publishing a series of articles in relation to findings in the Auditor General's special audit report. Two peeps, not 2 million and $200,000, you know. 200 million Jamaican dollars in contracts were executed in not 2 years, you know, in 8 months with no meeting of the Caribbean Maritime University's Board of Directors. How can the school be spending $200 million in 8 months and the board did not convene to sanction such splurge of poor people's money? Not only that, the board, up to which point only one person remains as everybody else has tendered their resignation, they have been instructed to sign an agreement guaranteeing silence, which is a no disclosure type of thing. Tanya Stephen once in one song, should I tell him some things but them not fit for the ear. I would have want to say some things, you see. But my granny did grow me better than that. You understand? How can these people who are not that members of the board are being accused of corruption, you know? But how can these people be instructed to sign non-disclosure letters when the institution over which they presided is so steep in allegations of corruption irregularity, misappropriation of public funds. Members of the Caribbean Maritime University, as a matter of fact, probably me have a wrong picture up right now. Let me get to the people that are really at the center of the thing before I come to Miss Grace McLean. You seeing? Yeah, man. Members of... I'll lower my voice, because I want to hear me clearly. Members of the Caribbean Maritime University Council, who resigned in recent weeks, had signed a non-disclosure, and I have not read this article before. So the reactions we all get are first-time original reaction. And I deliberately never read it. From I see the title, I know the things I'm in there already, so I need to read it. Watch it now. Who resigned in recent weeks had signed a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, after the oversight body went 8 months without a meeting, a whistleblower has revealed. And thanks again, Ms. Patsy Brown, for the contribution. Really and truly, I appreciate it. At the same time, examination of activities at the university during that period shows that the institution executed contracts totaling more than $200 million. The non-disclosure agreement bars members from speaking publicly about information gleaned during their tenure and is valid for 5 years from the date it was signed, according to the whistleblower. The council is the body authorized in law to manage the affairs of the scandal-scarred university. The whistleblower revealed, too, that months after the Gleaner first reported that the CMU doled out more than $600,000 for a boat party for a since discarded educate. Me have a picture. Me I go look for. Cause the next thing I say, yo, he man name the on the boat. Me got him. I got both of them on the boat. Where they? Me not got it. Me I go look for. Me go and go look for. On the door move. There is no time to waste. Boom. Where boat man them there? Then there man. Boom so. Both of them on the boat. They were both boating. Listen to this now. The whistleblower revealed too that months after the Gleaner first reported that the CMU doled out more than $600,000 for a boat party for a since discarded Education Minister Ruel Reid, the East Kingston-based university and the Ministry of Education turned their backs on a proposal by local shipping interests to straighten out the financial affairs of the institution. Former chairman of the council, Hyacinth Bennett, was painted as a weak leader who, along with other members, reportedly resisted repeated demands for greater accountability and failed to rein in senior CMU executives accused of breaching government guidelines. The chairman was a little more than comatose. She was a waste of time. She did a terrible job. Sometimes there wasn't even a proper agenda for meetings, the whistleblower asserted. Business executive Marjorie Kennedy, who joined the council in April 2018, acknowledged that the CMU expanded under the leadership of President Fritz Pinnock, but said business and the governance side was where things broke down. You don't say. We were never given the opportunity to put in the proper governance structure. When I was there, we made repeated attempts to try and straighten out the HR, which is the Human Resources Department. Things and the accounting things that we were not happy with, Kennedy said. We were unhappy with how the accounting side of things was, she said, adding that this was raised repeatedly at meetings, but would constantly end in arguments. The whistleblower disclosed that between November 2017 and June of the following year, there was no meeting of the 23-member council to discuss the affairs of the CMU. The person will just dislike the stream, big up yourself, because I not stop talking about it, you know. You understand? So right now, you can go over CMU up on one boat and jump off somewhere, you know. That me I tell you too. Zin, first thing, too much people up on this board here. This is like a board house. You understand? 23 people on one board for what? Yes, CMU is a university, but do you need 23 board members? Eh? The whistleblower disclosed that there was an attempt by some members to convene a meeting in January 2018, shortly after the university was upgraded from an institute, but claimed this was aborted at Reed's insistence. Over insistence, Ruel Cornelius Adolphus Jeffta Reed. An institution has been upgraded from an institute to a university, and there was no board meeting. Why would the Minister of Education insist that the council not meet after such a momentous event? In the institution's history? Why would the education minister insist that no board meeting be held? And there is a leader at the institution. Why would the Minister of Education meddle in the operations of the institution, telling the oversight body, the Board of Governors, that they should not meet? They didn't see it. Boy. Now read a line there again. According to the whistleblower, Reed contended that the members... Hold on, I want to read this yet. The whistleblower disclosed that there was an attempt by some members to convene. Peeps, it's not even the president who run the university, you know. It is the Board of Governors. In a high school, the principal is just the head of the institution, you know. Certain decisions cannot be made without the authorization of the Board of Governors. How can the Minister of Education be telling the Board of Governors at the Caribbean Maritime University that there should be no meeting? Didn't necessarily a party shop business. And right now, I'm sure say every month probably Joe Kitchen have one board meeting for juicy parties. So right now, even party shop I keep board meeting. You know, it's not a party shop this. It's a show shine business. Miss Patsy Brown said, you have no idea. It is devastating. Zane, bond is formed. Tinder meeting is steep. She never hear about the boy down a mobile. Blessings, Miss Brown. Good evening, Miss Cunningham. How are you? Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope all is well. Teacher hanging around merciless too much. shortly after the university was upgraded from an institute to a university, but claimed this was aborted at Ruel Reid's insistence. According to the whistleblower, Reid contended that the members were not properly appointed because the Caribbean Maritime Institute Act had been repealed and replaced by the Caribbean Maritime University Act. Why? Peace. Me need to rush that topic. It means if I 1 o'clock I don't stream tonight at 1 o'clock. But you know long still. I lie me at me not stream so long. Because I have work in the morning. And right now, when I teach I don't feel so well. And another one like she probably not come in tomorrow. So I have to go double up and do some substitution. You know what I think. So we busy like. You understand? We have sell black soap and incense. People, listen this. Listen me. According to the whistleblower, Reid contended that the members were not properly appointed because the Caribbean Maritime Institute Act had been repealed and replaced by the Caribbean Maritime University Act. People are not like institution move from a basic school to a university, you know. It move from a college to a university. And Mr. Reid decided, say, the board was null and void because they were selected under the Institute Act and now it is a University Act. I got so much things to say right now, but I'm not going to say it. I could move on. The Auditor General's department in a special audit of the CMU found that the council met 3 times during 2017-2018 financial year and 5 times the following year. The audit report revealed that during the 8-month period referenced by the whistleblowers, CMU engaged contractors and consultants for work valued at $205.2 million. Among them was a firm identified by the Auditor General's Department as Logistics Company 2, which was paid a total of $45.2 million to ship materials that were purchased for the $701 million construction project at CMU's main campus near Port Royal. Of the $45.2 million paid to the entity, $33 million represented demurrage charge, seeing the penalty for keeping the shipping containers longer than the agreed time. We noted that in addition to losing the... But hold on there. Let me do a little thing, because, you see, let me use my phone. I even want to slow down on my computer. You see, no, don't move. Don't move. How you spell? Right there. Find it. DEMURRAGE, meaning. Here, pronunciation.
Demurrage.
Oh.
Demurrage.
Demurrage. We learn a new word. Demurrage. That's how we still learn a new word. Demurrage. You understand? A charge payable to the owner of a chartered ship on failure to load or discharge the ship within the time agreed. Demurrage. Yo, the man them demurraging. A joke, I know. You can't use so. Watch ya. Could it be that this was deliberate? Just asking. You just ask. We could move on. Right? What you know? So, of the $45.2 million paid to the entity, $33 million represented demurrage charge, which is a penalty for keeping the shipping containers longer than the agreed time. Smells fishy. We noted that in addition to losing the benefit of the use of having its own containers, The absorption of the demurrage charge of 33 million may have been avoided with proper monitoring and oversight of the shipping process. Who tell the Auditor General so they wanted there to be proper oversight? Was there any kickback or kickbacks or kickdown? Another company engaged by the CMU during the 8-month period, according to the auditors, was Logistic Company 1. The man have Logistic 1 and Logistic 2. Logistic 3 and Logistics Few. Which the gleaners identified as Business Supply Source BSS, based in Florida in the United States. BSS was registered in February 2018. Yeah? February 2018. According to records in Florida, and got the nod on April the 11th. So January, February, March, April. So the man them registered in a February, and 1 month after them get millions of dollars contract. Them now on a track record. Them now have no history of delivering. But me now say, hold on now, no don't move. Me say if you don't listen now. BSS was registered in February of 2018 according to records in Florida and got the nod on April 11. That same year to procure the material for the CMU project. 2 days later, the report said BSS was paid 2 days later US $621,132. The full amount quoted in its bid, despite the absence of a formal contract. So normally, you have to have a contract. And secondly, the government just not pay everything one time. The government operates, so them pay 50% at least. And then them pay the other 50% upon the delivery of the products. But the Caribbean Maritime University, for whatever reason, paid in full without a formal contract. But the Auditor General badmined Fritz Pinnock, according to Abigail Pinnock, Fritz Pinnock's daughter. Yeah? The Auditor General is doing her job, you know. And a she bad mind Fritz Pinnock. And whosoever else are criticized Fritz Pinnock's leadership of the Maritime. You're bad mind because you ask question. Well, teach them bad mind. Somebody has to be, why not me? Backside. Watch out now. BSS was paid and peeps, I will have you know that 10% of the things that I say when I stream. No, let me say that again. Of the things that I say when I stream is oftentimes 10% of the things that I know. May I say that again? When I stream, I am a very careful and calculated person, you know. You understand? I never waste my time when I go to school. The things that I say when I stream is often 10% of the things that I know. However, I understand that we live in a world where litigation is a serious thing. And sometimes people don't sue you because they want to make some money, you know. People sue you oftentimes to silence you. And me just put it out there. Sometimes when I stream, the things that I say are often 10% of the things that I know. And I know, I guess this time, you know. Because I say the exact story when I talk about, if me if you tell us some things when I say it, you know, but make it stay. Quota coming, you know. Well, we see what I go on. Make we move on. BSS was paid a further US $368,303 on the 6th of June. So when you add up that are 900 and something. Big up to the person who dislike again. I got that money from BSS. Watch out now. On June the 6th, 2018, to procure building materials that were not included in the original order. So in essence, if you do the maths, it's almost $1 million between Company 1 and Company 2 getting. Over the 8-month period, the CMU also inked a 3-year, $15 million deal with former Jamaica Labour Party Member of Parliament, Othniel Lawrence, to serve as an advisor. And a 2-year US $155,000 or $19.4 million consultancy contract with Gail Campbell Dunwell, a Jamaica residing in the US. And it has been publicly discussed that the Othniel Lawrence contract might have been a payoff for him to step away from the Senton Northwestern seat, not the seat, caretaker role, where Ruel Reid became caretaker. Because Othniel Lawrence had once even, I don't remember if he did or he intended, he said publicly that he intended to take the matter to court when they were trying to remove him as caretaker from the constituency. However, lo and behold, he peacefully walked away after he was given a contract as advisor over by the Caribbean Maritime University, $15 million contract. And about a month or two after, Ruel Reid was declared as a caretaker for Senton Northwestern. Oh boy. And I don't see nobody in this guilty, you know. I am just saying, it don't look good. What me say, me I say? Me I say, it don't look good. Something is not right somewhere. Yo, boy, I tell you still. The whistleblower charged that none of these contracts were presented to the CMU Council, and the Auditor General's department appears to agree with that assertion. The Auditor General said, department said it found that Pinnock approved Campbell Dunwell's contract before indicating that we found no evidence that the input of the council was sought to determine the need for the consultant. Further, the engagement of the consultant was not factored in the corporate planning process, as a review of the budget for the period showed no projection for donor funding. The whistleblower said regular council meetings resumed in June of 2018, and that is when members were first asked to sign the non-disclosure agreement. Me I wonder if I really a follower go on in their dads. Me I wonder if I really me alone and see what really a take place in front of the eye. If somebody did tell me would I see a lie. Oh, Askila saying can't believe him eyes, man. The way it was written, it was very tight. Some people were uncomfortable signing, but they signed anyway. Kennedy confirmed that she signed a non-disclosure agreement. We all were required to do so. Other former council members who requested anonymity confirmed signing the non-disclosure agreement. Every time if I say that word, for some strange reason, I pause. Anonymity. But we can't tell, so we don't know anonymity. Anonymity. Then we know. You understand? Anonymity. Watch out now. Dr. Grace McLean, so I could go back to Empress around here, so. She was the chief education officer one at the time. Now she's a permanent secretary in the ministry. Dr. Grace McLean, acting permanent secretary, in the Ministry of Education explained that the non-disclosure agreement is a part of the governance framework. Listen, and before me go any further, you know, because you see, as a teacher, you were taught to write action plans. Zane, you were taught to write lesson plans. Before lesson plans, unit plans and lesson plans. And some lesson plans can be daily plans Our weekly plans are bi-weekly plans. See? So we can construct a lesson. Look what I go on and listen me. The former Chief Education Officer, Dr. Grace McLean, who is now acting permanent secretary, is saying, listen what she's saying. She is saying that non-disclosure agreements are a part of the governance framework. I sat in this chair this morning looking upon this screen over Yassa when the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Michael Holness, said he did not know that board of directors can be asked to sign disclosure agreements. Me have him on tape. Dr. Grace McLean, permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, explained that the non-disclosure agreement is a part, the non-disclosure agreement, and I quote, is a part of the governance framework. The ministry introduced a governance framework checklist in May this year. I wonder if you know follow me, I say yes, sir. The ministry introduced a governance framework checklist in May of this year, presumably referencing to the 2019-2020 legislative year. When was this disclosure agreement signed? Let me tell you, let me find back a date. June 2018. I got broke it down, because some people probably not follow. Dr. Grace McLean is saying that it is standard procedure for the framework of governance in ministry entities and institutions for a non-disclosure agreement to be signed. She said that the ministry introduced, if you introduce something, it means that it is new. You are introducing something. The ministry introduced a governance framework checklist in May of this year, presumably referencing the 2019-2020 legislative year. The former council member who is speaking, Miss Marjorie Mackenzie, said those non-disclosure agreements was signed when there was a resumption of council meeting over CMU in June of 2018. So, Miss McLean, something not straight, it lean. You see? And as part of that checklist, they have to sign a declaration of interest form. They have to sign the non-disclosure agreements. Plus, there are some other documents that are in keeping with the corporate governance framework of the government. So, how come Ms. McLean and say it is standard procedure when she said that the ministry introduced the framework, the governance framework, in May of this year, which is referencing to 2019, when those non-disclosure agreements were signed in June of 2018, 1 year prior to the governance framework introduction? Probably I'm a fool, and probably I'm not sensible. I'm just ask. So if you don't feel like I'm me, I interpret the thing wrong and you make me know as a teacher, no, you're wrong. Like Krystal Tomlinson. We still get to that, we don't know both. Yo. The whistleblower said amid the furore over media reports last year that the CMU spent $674,930 for a party for a read. The Shipping Association of Jamaica, SAJ, and a leading company in the industry crafted a proposal that was sent to the CMU and the Education Ministry. Under the proposal, the group offered to implement at its own expense a system that would strengthen the management of the university and improve the financial affairs. they were never interested in that, the whistleblower said. So, the shipping, as a matter of fact, the Caribbean Maritime University Board is made up of 2 persons with shipping interests. So, somebody from the Shipping Association of Jamaica and somebody else from some logistic companies. The SAJ, along with a leading company in the industry, volunteered. They not only volunteered, they crafted a proposal that would have helped to regularize operations over CMU and to prevent us from having the discussions that we're having now, and CMU won't even look at them twice. The whistleblower said when the proposal was drafted and sent, the CMU were never interested in it. Charles Johnson, president of the Shipping Association of Jamaica, which appointed 2 members of the old council, would not comment on the proposal, but acknowledged that his organization was trying to help them clean up the place. Why would you help somebody to clean up somewhere? Because it's dirty. People not clean up clean place. Then after we not mad. You see, you have to clean up somewhere clean already. You clean up place with dirty, brother. So, if the Shipping Association of Jamaica, which have a vested interest in maritime, because they are, you understand? See, say a place dirty, and them a try to provide a few brooms and maps, and them don't want to take them, then you see something wrong. What I am saying to you is that they were not listening to some of the directors, the council members. That is why they resigned. He said in reference to the decision by businessman Roger Hines and another member to step down days before Carl Samuda, the minister with responsibility for education, announced that all but one council member had resigned. Samuda and McLean insisted that a formal proposal did not come to the ministry. Speaking with the Sunday Cleaner, Samuda, however, acknowledged that he heard discussions about the proposal and said, from his understanding, the group that made the proposal wanted to play a very prominent role in guiding the way forward for the CMU. So what's wrong with that? If you have a ship and the captain aboard all the night, and you have someone who want patch you, what you think best for lead the ship? And you can go. And you can't go because a professional grouping want to take over and manage the place and the guys that they can do it better. Government no work that way there, Samuda said. But the Minister of Education was there telling the board when to meet and when not to meet. The Minister of Education don't have that power there over school boards. I'll say that again publicly. The Minister of Education does not have that power over the Board of Governance of a public education institution. Go looking at the code of regulations, sir. The ministry now runs school. The Board of Governance runs schools. The Ministry of Oversight responsibility. But the Board of Directors or the Board of Governance, or what you call the school board, is responsible for the running of the institution. Watch ya. When checks are being signed at school, nobody from the ministry not sign a check, It is somebody from the board, the principal, and somebody else. 3 signatures you need. And somebody from the board have to do that. I don't know, everybody from the board can sign. Probably the chairman and probably a few other persons who have the authority there. Mr. Samuda. Bill. And take people for fool, Watch this now, peeps. As me say me here with my own ears, This morning, me have a video, Wholeness Express. Wholeness expresses shock at report of CMU non-disclosure agreements. I now say the Prime Minister did know, My bone of contention is that the Prime Minister say him never did know say boards can have to sign that. How can these decisions be made in whatever ministry without the Prime Minister giving the green light for them to become, in a sense, laws or guides to operation? Yes, the Prime Minister is the Prime Minister and he's not the Minister of Education, but at the end of the day, he is the Chief Minister. And whatever is happening in education, he should know. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has expressed shock at a report which was carried in the local media on Sunday, which suggested that members of the council or the board of the scandal-hit Caribbean Maritime University were asked to sign non-disclosure agreements. According to the report, the 23-member council were asked to sign the NDAs after the body went 8 months without a meeting. What was this insistence on signing these non-disclosure agreements? Was there something to hide? Was there something worth hiding? During which time the CMU entered into contracts totaling more than $200 million. Suffice to say that like all Jamaicans, and we're quoting the Prime Minister now, suffice to say that like all Jamaicans, I was shocked that non-disclosure agreements could be used for our boards. And that is something that we will have to look into very seriously. And that is most unusual. Remember, the Chief Education Officer said that in June or in May or in March of this year, supposedly 2019, they introduced a governance framework. How can the Ministry of Education be introducing a governance framework, asking board members to sign non-disclosure agreements, and the Prime Minister of the country don't know about it? So the Minister of Education report to the Prime Minister. Quoting the Prime Minister again, I would have to, of course, take advice as to whether that is permissible, and I will be doing so on Monday. This is definitely a matter that will be raised in the cabinet, Holness added. The Prime Minister was also asked at what time he became aware of the damning report from the Auditor General's Department on the affairs of CMU. Quote, as to my awareness, I was aware of a draft report sometime in August, but I was never given access or sight of the report, and indeed, up to a week or so ago, I would not have had the physical report in my possession, Holness responded. He said there was an embargo placed on the report, which was subsequently leaked to the media at least 1 week ago before it was tabled in the House of Representatives last Tuesday. According to Holness, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education faithfully kept the embargo. I'm sure she would have. More questions and answers. No, peeps, we're in the silly season, and as such, silly things shall happen. Zin, we saw a situation where head of the PNP YO, Krystal Tomlinson, presented information, data, that suggested that Jamaica is more corrupt under the PNP than the JLP. I think, this is my honest assessment of the situation, that Miss Tomlinson did not understand how to analyze the graph, and as such she felt that she was painting the governing party the government in a bad light when in reality the information showed that the perception of corruption was greater while the PNP was in power. No, like a shrewd politician, she did not put up her hand and say, okay, I was wrong. She sought to justify, and I think that from the onset, she made a mistake. That is my view. Listen to this. People's National Party Youth Organization President Krystal Tomlinson is being jeered on social media over the weekend after she released statistics and a graph from anti-corruption watchdog Transparency International, which showed that the perception of corruption in Jamaica was higher when the opposition PNP was in government. Tomlinson posted a graph to her Twitter account showing that between 2012 and 2015, when the Portia Simpson Miller administration was in office, Jamaica had 3 consecutive scores of 38, then 41 on the Corruption Perception Index CPI, with the score improving to 43 and 44 in 2018 and 2019, with Andrew Lawlessness administration in charge governing the affairs of the nation. Zin? Now, what Miss Tomlinson perhaps did not know, that the lower the score is, the greater the perception of corruption is. I am assuming that Miss Tomlinson felt that the higher the number, the more corrupt you were. That is not how the CPI work. She couldn't link me and my helper. But true, me and politicians are not friends, so she don't know. See? Because we teach statistical geography. You understand? But common sense, commonly they feel so the highest number means you're more corrupt. But I know so the CPI work. The lower the number is, the more corrupt you are deemed. So under the PNP administration, the number stood at 38 for 3 years and then it improved to 41. But under the Lawlessness administration, Zane, Yvonne Riley, we now say you can't make no mistake, you know. What we are saying is your reaction to the mistake now was a little bit scary. So it's not that she made a mistake, because it's obvious she never really know what really are going on with the graph. Zane, watch out now. The higher a country score on the CPI is, the least the perception of corruption is. So based on the data, the public views former PNP administration as being more corrupt than Andrew Lawlessness' administration. And that in itself, you know, peeps, is a next story to talk about, you know. Because Andrew Lawlessness' administration has been plagued with allegations of corruption of allegations and allegations of corruption. And yet, his government is still being perceived in a better light than previous administrations. As a matter of fact, I'll go a little further and I'll say this. Arguably, Andrew Lawlessness is the most popular prime minister in the history of the country. Whether you like that or you don't like it, that is the reality that we are facing. I must say that again. For the better or for the worse, Prime Minister Andrew Lawlessness is arguably the most popular prime minister in the history of the country. Perhaps only one, Michael Manley, might have enjoyed similar or greater popularity among the electorate than what Andrew Lawlessness is currently enjoying. I'm not scientific way of telling you that, but based on my observation, the Prime Minister is the most popular Prime Minister. Alright, make we move on. Scores of Twitter users flocked Tomlinson's post, which she captioned, "Jamaica is seen as the 4th most corrupt country in the region. Bahamas and Barbados are seen as the 2 least corrupt. But this graph is worth a look as well." One Twitter user said to the PNP YO president, "You realize this looks bad on the PNP, right? Closer to 0 means more corrupt, while closer to 100 means more transparent. Look at the text on the left of the image. Another Twitter user said to Tomlinson, "You just gave the JLP the perfect talking point. The graph shows the corruption is much less under the JLP than the PNP. And we be careful how we interpret this. The graph is not saying that one is more corrupt than the other. The graph is saying that the perception of the people is that the PNP was more corrupt." Yeah? It's a you hear what I name? The perception, the corruption perception index. It's not the corruption facts index. It's a perception of the perception of the people. And you know people perceive things politically. See, so whether it is PNP or Labour, right, the two of them corrupt. That's my perception. See, then it done this. Moving on. You just scored an own goal, while others question our ability to read the graph and analyze the numbers. Zine, Tomlinson has since doubled down on her controversial post, which is understood to have drawn the ire of some senior members of the PNP. In response, the PNP YO president, who is to represent the PNP in West Rural St. Andrew in the next general election against the Jamaica Labour Party's Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, posted another tweet with the comment, "Wait, did I tweet something controversial again?" Tomlinson continued, "Why the truth have to be a problem? Or was I expected to conceal the part that is not beneficial to my party? I am a fair woman, at least I would like to think I am. So please prepare your heart for when I depart from the partisan line." From Tomlinson's own response, it is clear that it was not her first or second such public blunder on the political stage. You know, she once called the Prime Minister, I don't remember when called the Prime Minister, Hitler, Mussolini or something, I don't remember. So she do some things. But the reality is, I think that this was now Tomlinson being defensive, saying, failing to accept that she would have made a mistake, because she made a mistake. And I have realized a trend with politicians. When they do something on social media, especially Twitter, because Twitter is their playground, they often get very defensive instead of saying, I made an error. So they double down on something that could have been quelled quick and fast. Can you apologize, say you make a mistake and you move on. They defend it. But I'm just showing this to say that the political silly season is upon us and silly things are starting to unfold. Now, peeps, we're going to talk about Koffee and then we'll talk about a little thing. Zane, Jamaica again has been promoted internationally as young sensation. Koffee has won the Reggae Grammy for her EP Rapture. Not even album, you know, peeps. EP, that is how powerful that something is, you know. Zane, you cannot Grammy Award winner to her accolades as the 19-year-old recording artist copped the Best Reggae Album Grammy Award for the 2020 staging at the Staples Center in LA. Probably I do an individual video upon this still. Koffee ousted Julian Marley's As I Am, the final battle by the legend Sly and Robbie versus Roots Radix by Sly and Robbie, Mass Manipulation by Steel Pulse, and more work to be done by Third World. With popular hits like Toast, Rapture, and W, Koffee, whose real name is Michaela Simpson, has completely come in like a rapture. In her thank you speech, Koffee thanked the other nominees for the input they made in the reggae industry and closed out saying, "This one is for all of us. This one is for reggae. This one is for Jamaica." She is the first solo female to win Grammy for the reggae category. Zane? And this is the 62nd staging of the awards. I mean, that is amazing. At 19, as I said, she's the youngest artist to win the category since reggae gained Grammy status in 1985. Zane? And thing. So Rapture, which is distributed by Columbia Records, was released last year and became a monster hit. That song made charts in the United States and the United Kingdom and earned the thumbs up from former US President Barack Obama. Now, a past student of Harden High School, Koffee, is from Spanish Town, and she was a big favorite to win ahead of Third World, with more work to be done and stuff. That is amazing. See, so well done to the Empress. As I said, I might do a one video, quick and fast, probably before I go to bed and upload it tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm going to do it tomorrow. No, probably need to do it tonight, because then by tomorrow, you understand, the streets will have calm down again. See, me have a look at thing when I want to share with you, like. A Massacre and Cartel do a song say, my dogs them have to live. Bo, my dogs them have to live. Well, this dog died. And me have a couple dogs who know that it for me. That I say love, that I say loyalty. You understand? Them dog song there. So the dog on screen had the name Anthony Johnson. My dogs them have to live. Bo! Mongrel dog gets Bashman funeral. Me just feel for end on a lighter note tonight, peeps. You understand? Because we come here, we talk about some everything's one time. Sometimes we just take in teeth, cover heart, but Kamisha Kam Fletcher's eyes well up with tears as she remembers her dog, Anthony Johnson. I wonder what Anthony Johnson may go name. Anthony Dog Johnson. Who she and other family members buried on Sunday at the family's plot in Belfield, St. Catherine. Johnson, popularly known as so Anthony Johnson in pet name like is Backyard. I don't know his middle name is, so I call him Anthony Backyard Johnson. Was given a fine farewell, as according to Fletcher, his funeral and night cost approximately $50,000. Yeah, man, I dog this man, Anthony Johnson, man. Backyard. You understand? Me did need to do something for him, because people did love him. He never bite nobody. And him always a follow me. Even the other day, me there one dance a Rima, and him did the same way. Everybody I take picture side of them. Him did love the spotlight. He's a party dog. You know, he's a party animal. I am Charlie Black sick boat. Hey man, is a Anthony Johnson. Is a party dog. That me I tell you now. Everybody I take picture side of them. Him did love the spot. Him did love the spotlight. Fletcher said, there was a big celebration for the life of Backyard at last Saturday's night. Last Saturday's night. About 12 people come at the funeral. Because we had to transport him to the family plot. So no more dog did there. But enough people did there the night. We did have liquor, food, bread and fish and soup, she added. The funeral was an emotional one according to some family members who attended. Fletcher's mother even delivered a sermon. Fletcher admitted that Backyard was not her first dog. I got Backyard in 2015, so he would have celebrated his 5th birthday this year. I don't have a problem getting another dog, but there will never be another one like Backyard, she said. Backyard was born in Denver. Condolences to Backyard. You understand? Backyard was born in Denhamtown, West Kingston. Dodo's neighbor. He was given to Fletcher by her stepfather, and he quickly became a part of the family. Zane, he got the name Anthony Johnson from her cousin, who shares the last name. Yeah, serious listen. He was nicknamed Backyard because that was where he spent his first few years as a puppy before he was old enough to venture to the front of the house. Backyard had a proper upbringing. Some youths need to be raised like Backyard. You understand? You do your root, you understand? You creep before you start to walk. Some of the youth them at the front of the yard, front too early. Backyard was kept around by the back until he was ready for the front. Some one or two ups. You understand? I don't need to be like backyard. That me I tell you too. Fletcher said that he was also loved by other members of the community. The racecourse block protector, as he was described, loved children and was often seen playing with them at the front of his house. He was found by one of his playmates last Wednesday. Him friend come and tell me say them find him at the gully dead. Me did have him round a back in the old fridge with ice on him so me could preserve his body for the funeral Sunday. So I really love this, you know. Fletcher said, she said based that on her autopsy backyard may have been put. She said that based on her autopsy, backyard may have been poisoned. Who poison backyard? Oh, you have a poison. Yeah, I know, star. Yo, the Empress of backyard run a back, you know, a fridge for ice. I serious love that, you know. You understand? If only most people in the country have that love there for them one another, the thing would have nice. Jamaica could have moved from the backyard to the front of the house. You understand? Zane? Auntie. You see that person, if I really poison them, poison the backyard. I walk backyard up and bite them. That me I tell them too. Yeah, she says fear own autopsy reveal that poison may have been the cause of death. You understand? And see. Zane, DJ Star Pants, if you don't want to laugh about it, you know, come off our channel, brother. How are you, man? Help me if you share a story and find something if you laugh about. What, me can't laugh. Man, come off our channel, man. Sometimes better someone not come over here. You understand? Say if you don't want to laugh, you not go with family. How are you, brother? You're right, I know me take backyard, I want to take pants. Backside. Shall we? Auntie. Bombat. Juno Gully, big up yourself in the family. DJ Star Pants. Man, go change your pants here, man. Man can't have look a laugh. If you don't want to laugh in a cut family, nobody never draw you come over here. You understand? Backyard, big up yourself. And you, Mr. Sir, grow in a backyard. Outside. Sometime, yo, go easy, man. Like you want to tell man what them fi laugh about. Man, go on here, man. Peeps, big up on yourself. You know what thing go? It's another week. Yeah, so I know a plantation running tomorrow. Peeps, Juno Gully is back with us. Juno Gully was out for a while after doing surgery. He would have given one of his kidneys to his father. And we have to rate that something there. You understand what I say? See? And thing. So, the recovery has been good. And we welcome back Juno Gully to the family. You understand? We're happy that the procedure was successful. And them things. Welcome back, family. Peeps, enjoy your week. Have a productive week. Zane. And thing. Stay healthy. Make some money. You know what thing go. Appreciate the continued support. Zane. Appreciate the people them who watch the video them. Last week was a rough week in terms of uploading because the interview them did have me away. My sleep cycle go all over the place. You understand? When me supposed to work on video, I'm so tired, so I have to go sleep. You see? And thing. When I wake up and I say I do a video, everybody asleep, so nobody not really watch it. And thing. You know what thing go? So we appreciate the ones them. You see? We'll continue to put in the work. It's challenging more time. See, do what great. I tell you say dog story if I look a fun vibe to it thing, man. One look, you know, I look at nice vibes and thing. This one I come tell me say there's nothing to laugh about. You understand me? I say, get me dark like. me cheer back. You see? Like, people all want to tell you know, to laugh in our country. You know, so much sad things are going on around here. Why we can't find something to laugh about? See? Move up here, man. So, you know, peeps. As me I say, well, I appreciate the ones that watch the video said we know the interviews are one of everybody. See, but them have them place. We continue to diversify the content, to spread the brand, Zane, and them something there. You see me I say? And thing. So, when I go on all out, bear with me. You see? And them thing there. And I know say the reality is that when you have a vision and a mission, you have to stick to it. Sometimes you not always going to work out immediately, but in the long run. So we know what we are doing. Like, we don't just get up and do things, so we sit down and meditate and we sit down and plan it and we work towards it. You understand me? As a teacher, I can get one of the backyard funeral, but me know me not got you know me not got done. You understand me? I say, yeah, well, me not got done still. So peeps, manners and respect. More work is in the pipeline. I would have had to spend some time trying to bring up back the channel numbers over the past couple of days. See, them kind of do, me kind of alright with now, so I'm going to push it further. So I think I'm going to do the Coffe video. I might do the video on the teacher who met his unfortunate demise out by Vauxhall and thing. As I told you, I would have interviewed Jigsy King. Normally, I'm not tell you before I do the videos, but I know enough people ask for that, so look out for that. The interview there, Jigsy have a lot of things to say. You understand? So that'll take me a while to do that editing there and them something there. So I don't know, probably by about Wednesday there about. And a whole heap of artists in line to be interviewed. Zane. So you think them are forward it. You know what I mean? And thing. So peeps, big up on yourself. We appreciate the ones them. We appreciate the ones and we appreciate the work. You know what I mean? If you're there for the first time, if you're new here, welcome. And don't make a look up, I just run with somebody look while trick you. That's not me generally, but like we are all a look of vibes and a man a come in like, man, move up, man. Sure. Sometimes some people have to get page. You see? I just one of them things. Man, I want to tell me, say, me not feel laugh. They're easy. See? And thing. So peeps, manners and respect. Enjoy your week. Have something nice to drink. But if you have to drink, do not drive. If you must drive, do not drink. The man, them need to slow down on the road. You understand? When a guy roll, leave a big old phone, them stop separate yourself from the environment and your surroundings. You feel what me I say? The Bluetooth headphone, something there, it must connected to something. People want to know you're connected to. Keep your phones in your pockets and in your bags. Use them only when you need them. Stop leaving your phone on the road. Walk with only the cash that you need. Them only for gold chain and bangles and fandangles. Yeah, you work for a year money by it, but people take it and take your life into the process. As Alkaline say, careful. You understand what I say? If you must take public transportation, try to travel in a group. If you cannot travel in a group, know the do's and the don'ts. Take the license plate number. Send it go get somebody. Tell people you're there. Tell people you go. Describe the car. Describe the driver. Always follow your instinct. If it feels wrong, it is wrong. Trust absolutely no one. Understand? Remember that. Then now, for the people that every move them make, every breath them take, them post it. You understand? Every local thing when you go on, them post it. Careful. For the people that when you meet people on social media, you go link them. Careful. You don't know people, you don't know people. You understand? Because you don't know someone till you know someone. A serious thing you matter, I couldn't listen. Zane, for the people that when you live them relationship on social media on the top, your private life is a private life between your husband or your wife. You understand what I say? Or your partner. You see? No, do man. And I say Kerry Jake, Miss Cameron Dryden, Carl Sukar, Poochilu. Zane, Miss Poochilu. You want someone named Poochilu, you know? How does that go? Me I find a song. Me need to sing that song for Poochilu. You understand? Linstead's finest, Jigsy. Brother, Jigsy a sample. Believe me when we tell you. You understand what I say? Yeah man, Miss Kanaika, Ricardo Thomas. Dante Dan, Junior Lewis, Miss Sophia Kobe, Peter Me, Cookie Mama, Miss Joan Gray, which I would know, Miss Joy England, John Johnson, Miss Funk, Paulie P63, Star Angel, Wagwan TV, S Ranks, Craig Creation, Peter Me, Miss Posh Gaza Girl, Blessings and Empress, Zane, Gregory White, Davian Lion, Blessings my friend, Juno Gully, Miss Sophia Kobe, Dexton Fremantle, Miss Yvonne Riley. All of the people in the building, big up on yourself, you know. You feel what I say? Ron Archie, blessings in the family. Zane, what is Philip Bryant? Georgia Anderson, good night, my friend. Fire 27. You know what I mean? Kerry and H TV. Hey, Kerry, big up yourself for the Marlon Brandish. You know me if you talk to I'm not talk to Kerry yet, you know. John no star. Ellie London, sis, so I go on. Hope all is well in the mommy. You know what thing, you know. You know what I mean? DJ Rigsy, blessings. Mark Clark, Zane. I watch your videos. They take a lot of work, time and energy. God's blessings. Blessings in a Father Mark. In a real life. I saw you go for true. You know what thing, you know. Mike Larry, big up to the people, you know. Big up Backyard. You know what I mean? And them people, they big up Coffee. So me upon, yes sir, R.I.P. to the great Kobe Bryant. The legendary Kobe Bryant. Mooney M, blessings my friend. You see me and say, I just say thing up peeps. Peeps, enjoy each day. Like your last day as Dexter Dap say. You know what I mean? Appreciate the people that around you. Make them know say you appreciate it. You love the ones them. You know what I mean? Tawana Cunningham. Good night, Empress. How are you? I think it's the first time I'm seeing the name. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If not, my apologies. Finar, big up yourself and I know a lawful did about. Big up to the people who have contributed financially to the stream tonight. Really and truly appreciate the ones them, you know. Lawful, Dexter and Fremantle, Island Sales app. The man say check out Island Sales app on the Play Store. My Island Sales should then do is tell me what the Island Sales app is about. When I type up still. But when I go check it out, I go check it out and see too. My Spotsy Brown, all of the people them big up on yourself, you know. You know what I mean? Peeps. Nazina Scott, blessings to my friend. Mendrix, Wagwan family, everything good. Peeps, big up on yourself. A long time in a stream on Wednesday, and I not promise you to say I'm going to stream, but I'm going to try. You understand? Because I know also I want to talk about some things. A long time I not do no calling and thing. Zane, so I not promise you, because I'm going to promise you now cuss me and say you promise you not do it. Danny Black Horse, big up yourself and a brother. So I'm not sure, but me try. Zane, I will try my best to upload in a timely fashion this week and thing. And because I really dropped the ball last week, it did rough. You see me I say? And thing. But we're going to try to balance it now. Miss Ruth Daly, big up yourself. You know what I mean? Who else I'm not shout out it? I know I'm big up Pete, all of the people. So peeps, if you don't subscribe to JA Positive yet, you need to go look for my channel. See, you name JA Positive, I don't need to tell you nothing more. If you don't subscribe to Jamaica yet, my channel, go look for. Think about the name, I don't have to tell you where it is. You understand? I think I see Ruth in a place in Cameroon. I don't know if she never there. I think I just through me used to her there, I just call her name. I know Anna did there one night time, I know James Bond did there one night time. I pray the Royal General this summer boy place. Him probably just not talk. See, I know lawful or listen. Them people they big up on themselves. I know I say article woman, I glimpse her one night time, you know. I school big up yourself, you know. Kef Mali, first time, welcome in my friend. You know what thing go, you say? Yeah, drink Mali. Big up yourself, you know. You know what thing go. Pips! What good? Step with ya. Maybe Wednesday. You understand? But if not Wednesday, Friday, make it a date and don't be late. Don't look for it. Get book for it. Teach them, representing. Peeps! You know, we love the ones, you know. Big up on yourself. You understand what I say? I'm out.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them.
Oh, I didn't leave up. I don't want to leave it because I just say a little thing. Somebody I said, no teach. Weeks now, no Ruth Daily. I think me have her email. I have to reach out to her. Irvin Steer, big up yourself. Gregory White, manners and respect. Where's a real dog? Marlon, big up yourself again. See? As we say, my dogs them have to live. My dogs them have to live. Big up to Udell Thompson who just subscribe over JA Positive. Manners and respect family. You know what I mean? Dodzy Bling commented on one video said teach them. Real intelligent, real intelligent journalists. Then big up yourself no family man. You know a thing man. You know what I mean? Yes sir, you know a thing man. You know the thing of an. Yo, I'll be a rhyme like him and them in a star. Yes, be. Peeps! My gone here. What good? Me go check for Miss Ruth Daily and I couldn't know what go on. Zane. Oriel. Yo, Oriel. Mr. Dussard. My gone here, sir. Cause you know, Kerry, leave me alone. Adapt me and tell her. Ariel, me gone, because right now, you throw me out, brother. What good you sir? Cause me gone.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.
Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below. Remember to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Follow me on social media and check out the suggested videos on screen. This is Teach saying, until next time, walk good, my friends.